discussing mango dishes. Now, please ask your doctor first, like, because it gets a little rough around the edges with it. But when I was growing up, I was up in Spanish Harlem at one of my friend's house before I went to school, and this is one of the reasons why I was always late going to school, right? Oh, excuse me. She was making something. I'm like, "What you making?" And she said, "I'm making a mango dish." This is a Dominican lady. She said, "I'm making a mango dish." I'm like, "What the hell is a mango dish?" So anyway, I'm gonna be uh fair and share. I'm sitting y'all on the counter, right? So I'm gonna be fair and kind of share the ingredients of how it works. But then I'm gonna do another live and I'm gonna show you how she actually makes it. This particular thing, I'm not gonna say that it's the mangoes, but I'm gonna say it's the probably the other ingredients that put you in this like 1 or 2 times a year kind of thing, depending on how you eat and your pH balance and so on and so forth, right? So the process is boiling down the mango, adding a little bit of peroxide, boiling down the mango in sterile water with a little bit of peroxide, and you could put you could put tea tree oil in there. You could put garlics in there. You could put other little natural ingredients in there. But for the main part, it's boiling down the mango in sterile water and adding a little bit of peroxide. Flushes you right out. This is outside of the concept of the mango diet that people don't really, I don't know how many people really do the mango diet, but the mango diet where you go a certain period of time and you continuously eat mangoes. But this alleviates odor and bacteria, unnecessary inflammation, unnecessary discharges, and so on and so forth. About once or twice a year. The mango just give it like this nice little smell. But it's more so the sterile water and the peroxide that gets to the business. But please ask your doctors first, because everybody, I don't know if everybody can use peroxide up there like that, a couple of caps or whatever the case may be. But we're going to discuss the mango dishes so that people don't have to really encounter that odor. I don't understand it. I don't deal with it. I don't have to deal with it. I'm a female. But for those who deal with these natural ups and downs, Douglas Turner, hey, for those females who deal with these natural ups and downs in a pH balance, first is how you eat. I cheat. I had a ring ding or something today. But it's first off how you eat. And then secondly is pretty much how you eat. In between that, the mango dish works it out. It'll stay worked out if you continuously are able to eat and flush your system out. And I had to learn this the hard way when I was a little bit younger eating pork. I had an allergic reaction, had to run to the hospital because I used to stop eating pork. I used to go through these little periods where I wouldn't eat pork throughout the summer. And my aunt said to me one day, she was like, I don't know how many trips to the drugstore you gonna do to grab some Benadryl for the same issue until it bites you on the ass. And so eventually it did. And this is not something she just told me, but this is something 5% has told me. Muslims told me, like, you cannot just decide that you're not going to eat any type of pork and then decide that because it's Thanksgiving and somebody made a ham that you're going to eat pork. And so there was one situation where I decided I was going to eat some pork. This is when I was younger. And I don't think I took the Benadryl in time, and then I ended up in the emergency room. And so the doctor's like, listen, I don't know what's going on, ma'am. What did you eat? So I had to list everything I ate within that couple of days. And then he was just simply like, just don't eat the pork. Because it's the only thing he could think of at the time, which is funny. That's the only thing he come up with. He was like, don't eat the pork. Try that. And so I never ended up in the emergency room for that particular situation. But he literally looked at me like, everything else, try not to do that. I had to admit that I had went the whole summer deciding that I wasn't going to eat no pork, and then I decided I was going to have some pork because Auntie had made some pork. But it didn't work for the kid. And so the kid ended up in the emergency room, and the doctor's like, are you slow? Like, don't eat the pork. You just went a whole 4 months, maybe 5, 6 months, and you did not eat no pork, and so now you're having a reaction, and you didn't take the Benadryl on time, and now you're in the emergency room. Anywho, the mango dish came in previous to that. When I was in high school, and I was just asking my friend's mom, like, what are you up here making? You boiling a whole mango out this joint, and that's how she explained it. So anyway, talk to y'all later. I'm gonna grab a mango, some sterile water, some peroxide, some tings, and I'm gonna show y'all how she made the mango dish and why the mango dish is so awesome for those who are allowed to make a mango dish. Please ask your doctors first, because I put certain ingredients in there that don't bother me but might bother you. Talk to you later. Deuces.